Good Sunday morning, deplorables. Our plans for today have just changed. I was informed by the big chief, which would be Dad. We were going to go look at some timber first thing. We had some timber to look at. It's timber that the landowners, they've requested a lump sum. You know, they want us to buy it from them lump sum. And you know, a lot of times I can kind of eyeball it. I can give a good ballpark figure what it's going to bring, what it's going to do. But the timber in question here, it's a bunch of big river bottom timber, low lying stuff. So I really wanted. I've already looked at the timber once, but I wanted my dad's opinion. I value my dad's opinion more than any man's opinion on this earth. So I always like getting his kind of expert analysis on it. I feel pretty confident, but I guess it's kind of a way to double check my work, I guess, or my thoughts. So I like to get his input on things like that. But so that's been pushed back to later today, and we're actually going to take his side-by-side over there and ride it out to save us some footsteps and time walking. But right now, I'm going home to hook up the cat. I've already got it on the trailer, boom, down, ready to go. We're going to go cut some walnut trees first thing this morning because we've got some, I mean, here in Southwest Missouri, it's Labor Day weekend. You know, this is basically the end of summer for us. Now, that's not saying we're not going to have some hot days ahead of us still, but as far as that sweltering, scorching, nasty heat, it's really about over. But today and tomorrow, it is supposed to get up in the low 90s, so Dad wants to go cut these trees first thing this morning, which I'm fine with that because I'm not a hot weather guy. I don't mind doing my runs and my workouts in hot weather because I like to sweat like that, but I know it doesn't make any sense. I don't mind to go work out in hot weather, but I don't want to cut timber in hot weather. I know those things it doesn't make any sense. We're headed home right now, headed out here to the yard. We're going to hook this skid steer up on the pintle hitch, and we're going to go up and meet up with Dad. And it's just north of where he lives, so we're going to coordinate with him and go up there and unload and try to get these trees knocked out. I got the brush grapple on, so hopefully we're going to get to try it out today. And trust me, we will have video of all this conspiring going down. All right, so let's go hook up. All right, let's hook it up here. Back here and get my gloves. Always got to have your golf clubs. Never know when you're going to get in a good golf game. Like I said, we are chained down, hooked up, and ready to roll. All we got to do is hook up here, and I think hooking up to the pintle hitch is a lot easier than hooking up to my gooseneck too, because you can't see anything out of the back of my truck. Nothing. So I like hooking up to the pintle hitch. Once you do it a few times, you can just hook and go. All right, I'm gonna jack this down real quick. All right, we're hooked up and ready to roll out. Let's go out there and meet Dad and go cut some trees. I keep all my gloves, my hard hat, my chaps in the back there. Like I said, along with those golf clubs. I wish we'd get the old D back together. Our mechanic's kind of dragging his feet. I'm ready to get that one together. Of course, got my little B. Got the new little D grapple. And our two Bs. One B's down here at Dad's house, one of our B cables. The other B cable's on a job site, so. Logs there on the yard. Man, you don't even know this skid steer is such a small load. You just don't even know what's behind this F550. Love the way this pintle hitch pulls. But I like the way the pintle hitch pulls. I do. It's I know it all comes down to personal preference, but man, I love it. All right, nothing coming. Let's roll out. That's the second one we've cut. You know, I was unbooming the skid steer. Of course, Dad, he runs like he's on fire, even still at 73. I had to push on that one there with the forks. What I did, I just raised the boom all the way up and took the fork, and you know, Dad put a little notch in it because we don't usually notch our walnut. We spur cut it, but there's a little fence right over here, and we're going to cut this big tree down here. It's in the fence in a minute. So what we did, we put a little notch in that, and I got on the back side of the skid steer, and I just gently applied some pressure while Dad just kind of eased the cut there, and it was enough with Dad easing on cutting it there and me applying pressure in the notch. It just kind of, they put it right down here where it needed to be. And this guy we're cutting on, he's actually distant family, and we've had these trees bought for a while. Dad bought them. You know, Dad likes to buy timber up here close to home. He knows all these hills and hollers just real well. Grew up around here, you know, all his life. 73 years old, so he likes to hunt this timber close to home still. It's getting to where there's not a lot close to home naturally, because between Dad and his uncles, and you know, and then Turner boys, they've put a hurting on this timber around here over the years. So, but Dad still knows where there's some trees at, and just like these little deals here, I mean, you know, it's Sunday morning. It's something I really enjoy getting to do with my dad, buying a handful of trees, and that's part of the big reason why I bought this skid steer, just for that. We can go places, cut a handful of trees, and me and Dad get to work together and do things. And he sure loves cutting them, even at his age still. Like I said, 73. So we'll probably just cut maybe 15 to 1,800 feet of walnut today is all we'll cut. But we're going to lay it up here by the road, and we're not a mile from Dad's yard, so Dad will just bring the picker truck up here, and he'll grab these and take them back to our yard where we can merchandise them and get them ready to ship out, fill orders with them. Some of them ain't real big, some of them are pretty good. This one here, it was in bad health. I seen when it come down there, but there are a couple big ones. Let me grab this thing here real quick. Dad's waiting on me. I really need to get my GoPro back up and running, because I kind of need two hands sometimes, because Cat's joystick controlled, which, you know, one stick here runs your motions. I can shift gears over here, but man, just like this here, packing these logs out, easy, going right through the yard, not leaving a track or anything, just really distributing the weight really well with these wide tracks on this Cat machine here. Of course, all the bigger frame CTLs, they run these 18-inch pads, and it really makes a difference. So instead, we're just piling them right here alongside the road. That's my cousin that lives across the road here. That's his farm. We've cut a lot of walnut timber on his farm over the years. Let me set you down here so I can set these down. All right, we've got a load of brush here. You can kind of see through the skylight a little bit out in front of me. We're dropping some little limbs, but we're going to come back and we'll rake them up with this grapple anyway and packing this stuff. He already had a burn pile down here, and he was just tickled to death when I told him that I could pack all this debris down here to the other pile. So something landowners really they really appreciate when you can do things like this. You know, it just shows you're willing to go the extra mile on your cleanup and your efforts, and showing you take pride in your work and how you leave the land. And that's something I enjoy. You know, when the landowners are happy with the job they done, especially since loggers have such a bad name for the messes they leave in the cleanup. And he's already been talking to us already about a place he's got down the road, a family farm, about having us log it too, because about 20 years ago the last guy was in there, left one heck of a mess. So I'll have to shut you down real quick while I put this on the pile. Well, yeah, I might be able to do it one-handed. Like I said, I really need to get that GoPro. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to shut you down. Maybe we can do something like this here, if you can see. Easy peasy. Right, there we go. I don't know how well you guys seen that, because I am sitting in my lap there while I was working, but you can kind of see how the grapple works here. We've got one more little scoop on that treetop. I was just back down here, then we'll start working on this big one that Dad's trimming on, and I'll probably get out and help him trim a little bit, just to kind of speed the process up. So, oh boy, I had the phone at an awkward angle. Alright, so let's try to make one more pass, one more scoop on this. Little elbow action there on the controls. Alright, we've about got this little deal wrapped up. You can see, raise the boom here at my elbow. You can see it's where we cut these trees. I mean, you can't even tell. Really, you can't even tell we're here. That little clump of trees there's an old hackberry, but right out there is where they were cut. Man, I packed the brush way down here, and there's a brush pile on down there if you can see it through the screen there, but that's where I packed all the debris with the grapple. Did a good job of cleaning up. The landowner's happy. Minimal ground disturbance, minimal mess. Oh, let me see if I can lower these forks here. Look at that. Operating with an elbow. What can't the man do? That's a chunk of walnut right there. Okay, I better set this down for just a second. Yes, sir, that is a chunk of walnut right there. Big tabletop piece. See, we're going right through the yard here. Shift her back into low gear. Got all the logs piled up here. There's Dad's up here on the Ranger. Come right up here. Oh yeah, little kitty cat. Man, they're great for cleaning up these small jobs, getting in, getting it done, cleaning it up. On to the next one. Let's see if I can set you down here for a second. That's it, man. We're gonna go down here and grab the brush grapple now. Oh my gosh, rough old road. We'll go down here and grab the brush grapple, get loaded up, and me and Dad are gonna go look at some timber. That's a pretty good deal right here, guys. That's the big reason I bought this machine, is just for doing these little slick jobs, taking care of people, getting everything cleaned up, leaving it looking nice and neat. That's a good Sunday morning worth of work right there. Like I said, about 1,800 feet of walnut, cut, cleaned up, stacked up. We'll come down here and we'll get them with our truck. We'll load them up and take them back to the yard, man. That'll be a done deal. All right, let me get this brush grapple and get out top, and we'll finish this video up. What? That's a little pile of logs right there. Like I said, there's some big ones in there, and I'm trying to pull out here or get going. But man, that's a good Sunday, well, a good little Sunday job right there. You know, we got the skid steer loaded up. It's just before 11 o'clock, so everything worked out real good, real slick. Got it done. Ready to go to the next one. Got another little job to cut tomorrow, just like it. Man, that's what I like to do. I like to, don't get me wrong, I like the big jobs of walnut too, but I like to knock out those little jobs, and I'm glad we got the ability to do it. Got the, oh boy, I'm trying to get my seatbelt on here, so you guys are going to see a bunch of gauges for a minute. This is my cousin's place over here, and actually we were related to the people distantly. We were just cutting on, and we stopped and talked for a while, and we're done. It's nice to stop and talk to people, and it means a lot when people really enjoy the work you do. They were just tickled to death about the cleanup we did there, because it wasn't asked of us by any means. It's just something that, man, if you get the chance to do a good job, be proud to put your name on it, show some pride in your work, man. It means everything in the world to do that. So I'm gonna head down here to Dad's log yard, meet him, because he lives about a mile just south of here. We're gonna go down there, and I'd say we're gonna load up, and we're gonna head over west to Nevada, Missouri, and try to get an idea on that timber on the lump sum deal. Like I said, earlier in the video, I just kind of want his opinion on it, see what he thinks. I've got a figure in mind, but I ain't gonna say a word. I'm gonna let Dad look at it and let Dad tell me what his figure is, and I want to compare the two just to see where we're at. So guys, thanks a lot as always for being with us today. Fun little video, fun little day putting the cat to work there. I'm sure you'll see many more videos just like that in the future. I need to get my GoPro just for stuff like that, where I can actually do something with, you know, hands-free means a lot. So we'll try to get the GoPro back and running for a few of them. Guys, hey, Turner Logging on Instagram and Facebook, Turner Logging LLC. Check us out at Timber Tracker, timbertracker.net, and the Timber Tracker app you can download. And Logger Threads, guys, I appreciate all the orders been coming in. Lots of orders. Been shipping a lot of stuff overseas. you guys abroad, we really enjoy that. Got some new stuff coming out. We're probably gonna debut it this week. Some new designs, some I think you'll really like. So guys, check that out. We'll see you later.